In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to record a screencast in Articulate Replay. We'll be taking a look at your screen recording dimensions as well as your webcam and audio settings. So let's go ahead and get started. Step number 1 to recording a screencast on Articulate Replay is to click Record Screen. When you do so, you'll notice two things appear on your monitor. Number 1, that's me. Hi. Well, it won't be me that's appearing on your monitor, but it will be you inside the webcam dialog box if you have a webcam on your machine. So if you do have a webcam or multiple webcams, right here you can select which webcam that you'd like to use. I only have one, so it's an easy choice. Right below that, Replay is going to identify your webcam's capabilities and it lets you know what your options are in terms of the recording dimensions for your webcam. So if you want to choose 1920 by 1080, so that nice 16:9 aspect ratio, or maybe you want to go more traditional in terms of a 4:3 aspect ratio. And you can kind of decide. A nice idea before you begin recording is get a sense for where you're going to record on your screen. If it's more of a widescreen aspect ratio, maybe you want to choose 16:9. If you're going to be recording in more of a traditional 4:3 format, then you'd want to choose a 4:3 so that your webcam matches up with your screen recording. So that's a little bit about choosing your webcam settings. Now, the second piece that you noticed on your screen here, this is the recording frame. And anything inside this dashed line is going to be recorded. And I can move the dashed line using these pull handles. I can resize it. And notice that as I do this, in the lower right-hand corner of the frame right here, you'll notice the dimensions appear and show you what the size is, and you'll also notice that size indicated right down here in this dialog as well as I move it about. Now what I could do is I could simply decide I'm going to use one of these presets, so I could choose 720 by 540. I could choose 720 by 404, that widescreen. I could go full screen, so my entire monitor. I could choose to select a window on my screen here. Maybe I've got a PowerPoint window open and I'd like to choose that. One other thing that I can do here, I might decide I only want to record my webcam. If that's the case, then I would select no screen recording. I can also turn my webcam off right here, so I can turn my webcam on and off using that dialog box. Over here on the left, I can choose my audio settings. So if I have multiple audio devices, I would choose the one that I wish to use. And so I've got my Rode selected right here. And here in this gear icon, you can create shortcut keys to pause and resume recordings and to stop recordings. Now, let's say I have a PowerPoint here that I want to work with. And so this is what I want to record for my students. So what I would do is I would take and I would line this up right around the outside here. So I drag that to get it to the size that I want it to be. And when I am ready to begin recording, all I have to do is select this record button. It'll count down for me 3, 2, 1. And now I'm recording. My webcam was active, so I'm recording my webcam as well here. And so now anything that happens on the screen that I do here is going to be recorded, any actions that I take. And once I am done, I select done, and then it's going to take me back to replay. If I don't like the recording, maybe I mess up, I can delete and then start over. But for now, let's call this good. I select done. We come back here to replay, and now you'll see that we have my screen recording is going to be on track A, and my webcam is going to be on track B. Now, here's one last item that we really want to pay attention to, and it's sort of a key piece here to consider when you're working on your replay video. The rule of thumb is that the largest video in your screencast project will determine the dimensions of your published screencast. So if your screen recording is, say, 1280 by 720, and you bring in a huge high-definition video to your project that's, say, 1920 by 1080, then that larger video size will take precedence. So what this means is that your screen recording is going to be scaled up to match that larger video size. And what can happen then is that you can suffer some loss in quality. So what you're going to want to do when you're planning out your project, if you know you're going to be bringing in a really large video in terms of the dimensions, then you'll want to make sure that your recording is close to that dimension as you can, or try to scale that video down in another program before you bring it in to match it up with your screen recording as closely as possible. That way you can avoid that that scaling issue of the smaller video. So once again, rule of thumb, largest video in your screencast project is going to determine the dimensions of your published screencast. And so that's all there is to recording your first screencast in Articulate Replay. The next step is to edit your screencast, and we'll be doing that in the next Getting Started tutorial, so I'd invite you to join us there because it's a lot of fun, I gotta tell you. In the meantime, should you have any questions about Articulate Replay or any Articulate tools, please join us in the eLearning Heroes community. Stop on by the forums. We'll be there with thousands of other e-learning professionals. We share tips, tricks, best practices. We as a company love to help you guys, so we love to share free downloads as well. So come on by and download some free stuff. And stop on by the forums. Ask your questions because our job is to help you be successful with our tools. So we're going to do our best to answer your questions and help you be an e-learning hero. Take care.